This is where I'm going to build my mine, so I'll dig down and whatnot. I'm extremely hungry though, and rightly so, because I didn't actually have. I don't even have a campfire yet. Not in here, at least. That's another thing. Some things you craft, you cannot pick up again. Okay. So, like campfires, you place them down, they cannot be picked up again. So make sure you know where you want to place those things. It does take 8 stone per campfire. Now that I have a cooking pot, I can boil water. So we're going to... Let's make sure. Okay. Oh, look at that. We had water to spare. That's another thing. Fuel for the fire. So this can kind of be confusing at first. Here's all your recipes. Just like your inventory, you can divvy them out, or you can just do all recipes. Some things need specific utensils. Like up here it says beaker is required. We don't have a beaker. We don't have this grill, so we can't grill meat. But we have bottled water. Cooking pot required. We have it. I put it in there. And then wood. So I'm going to turn on the stove now, and then I can click cook. Also, you can just click cook. Again, you can tell you how many you want. You have 25 bottles in your inventory. Just cook them all. So, and then they'll output over here. So then it's kind of like a little storage place. It's really nice. So we'll do that. We'll make some bottles of water. While that's going, there's also the eggs don't smell of eggs don't attract zombies. I would hope they would, but that way you can pop them out here. If you want to see what recipes they are, you come in here, boiled eggs. You can look and click on recipes. Boiled egg, blueberry pie, bacon and eggs. So this is what we want to make: 2 eggs per raw meat. So we can make 4. Having more raw meat on you doesn't, and having it in your hand like this doesn't attract zombies. And having more than 1 or 2 or 50, it will attract zombies the same way. However, having it in your backpack versus your tool belt here does affect how far away zombies can smell that. And you also want to get that out of your inventory as fast as possible. I think what it says on there, you look at it, you click on it, right, belt smell range 60 blocks, bag smell range 20 blocks, so 3 times more. Now the bag smell strength or belt smell strength is the same, 4, but they can still smell you pretty good. That are stronger range, so don't eat raw meat, always cook it. Obviously, food poisoning. And come back in here, see how our bottled water is doing. Good. I typically don't want to have more than 12s. If you right-click on it, hold and right-click, or hold right-click and drag, you'll take half of the stack. So I'll take 6. Drink some. That's probably good. We're gonna eat some bacon and eggs here anyways, so I'll reduce some of my hydration, I believe. Eating stuff reduces your hydration, so you need to eat and drink responsibly. But right now we're just going to kind of divvy out all this different stuff. I like to keep a few things in my inventory at all times in case of emergencies. Now, if you're playing this, you play conservatively, it should be fine. You take your time, look around, pay attention. But if you don't play conservatively, if you run out, you don't want to take everything. But I like to have wood, fibers, stone, and iron in case I need to craft anything or make anything right off the bat, or while I'm out and about. Now everything else can kind of stay in the inventory. Obviously I need arrows and water. That's another thing I want. So I usually keep some feathers. I won't keep all of these feathers in there because I won't need them. But the egg can come back in here. But all these other tools and resources you don't really need on you, and so you can just put it away so that way it saves it. Also, if you don't play conservatively, like I said, take about half of all of this, put it in here so that way if you die, you have things to craft with when you die, so that way you can build something to go save your backpack again. I try to organize it a little bit here and there, but you can only do so much with one chest, and I'll make other chests as well. I am going to craft some of these landmines. They take 1 iron each. some gunpowder. That's why I was keeping the gunpowder, really. You don't need it for anything else. Landmines are really helpful. You can place them out, obviously, know where they are, remember where they are. Now that I have some bacon and eggs, we'll eat some. I'll get my hunger up, and then it should raise my wellness as well. There. Yep. So there's 101. You can also drink things directly from the output. So if you have a full inventory, you can drink the water directly from here. So that's really helpful. And I'm still not full. What do you know? Alright, so we are going to boil some meat. So you can char meat by just throwing it in there if you want. But again, you want to try to have the best possible. It requires a cooking pot again. Charred meat doesn't, I believe. Let's look. Charred meat, grilled meat, meat stew, charred meat. There it is. Charred meat is better than raw meat. It will dehydrate you, but boost your wellness. Can attract zombies. Whereas boiled meat, not as yummy as grilled meat. Boiling meat makes the least noticeable. The least noticeable for zombies. So you can click on it now. You're like bag smell range 1. Belt smell, oh, really can't really smell like that. Which you'd think cooked meat, you'd smell a mile away, but who knows? I'm not a zombie expert. I just play the game. I don't study zombies. All right, so we'll throw these waters in here. We'll keep the water in here just in case we need it. Notice everything's done cooking. Fire's still on. Conserve energy. Conserve your fuel source as well. Make sure to turn the fire off. Otherwise, you're going to be in a world of frustration. Now, when digging like this, you definitely want to dig down in twos, so you can't place things in the square you're in. So even if I built, put blocks down here, I wouldn't be able to place a ladder in the block I'm in. So I'm going to dig down 2 all the way down, placing blocks underneath this first block here. And then I'll build a ladder up. Eventually, I'll put a hatch. Actually, I can put a hatch on here so when I walk in the door, I don't fall down my stairs or my hole. But that's just kind of remembering how you build things and doing it properly. Once you hit the stone level, that's when we'll need to really be crafting a forge and be able to make an iron pickaxe and then start mining out down there, and that will help us get more stone to our defenses and all that jazz. We're going to try to use the hillside to our advantage. I'm trying it out in a multiplayer world off cam just to see how it will test up against the first 7 days. I played that one a little bit more just because my wife comes home from a long day of work. She wants to play some games, so we play that. But eventually, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see how this goes, and hopefully, we'll survive. I don't know. I mean, that's the plan, right? One thing I need to take note of: I need to start collecting animal fat, which you can actually get animal fat from zombies, which is kind of crazy. But animal fat makes tallow, and tallow is used to make torches. Some cloth, some wood, and tallow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And while that's you got 30 seconds. Always try to be doing something, crafting something. Use your time up as much as you can because you're not going to get much time. Ladder. Also, ladder you cannot pick up after you place down. So make sure you place down where you want and not anywhere else. Otherwise, you're going to be very disappointed with yourself. Music in this game is so creepy. I always think something's going on every time it starts to play. Oh, I'm getting cold. Let's take these off and these off to warm me up a bit. I'll sit over here by the fire for a second. Goodness. And if you ever want to know whether your temperature is increasing or decreasing, you can hit open up your character map. I just hit B and look at your feels like, and you can see whether your temperature is increasing or decreasing. You always probably want your temperature increasing or staying at a moderate level. You don't want it above 90, but you don't want it below 50 or something like that. So try to keep your temperature in a good range. Now that this is probably done, we'll turn it off. I was like, no, the fire. Oops. We'll build a couple of torches. Cloth, one of each. Cloth, wood, tallow. So then you can craft some torches. I don't know if the torch provides heat or not. It does. Or I'm just warm. Either way. And that's another thing. I can now place torches on this side. So I want to place a torch here so I can see. I am wet. Why am I wet? I wonder if it's... I am not wet. That's what she said. Anyways, let's... also, when you break a torch, don't worry. It doesn't actually break. It just goes back into your inventory. Shovel. Need a stone shovel. Let's warm up. Yeah, so it looks like it's not showing up until I drop until about 45 degrees. Then it will start to say, hey, warm up, dude. So. Alright, let's try this. Take 2. Shovel. There we go. That's the right one. Trying to figure out kind of the mechanics of this game and how everything fits together is part of the challenge of some of this at times. But once you figure it out, it's not so bad. I'm gonna try just a couple. There we go. So now I can climb down and up and down, and now I can get rid of some more. Why did it do that? That's not the way I put it in. Obviously, being an alpha, there's still some bugs. Typically, when you're placing things in a row like that, it will place them the exact same way every time. But, well, that is day 2 over. Have a great one, and we'll see you tomorrow.